beautiful day for the beautiful commentary, guys. What is up? It is Castle Perfect here once again, bringing you a new video which features me battling Arthur. I don't remember where I got this battle from, or if it was through Skype or on Smoke on Battle Finder. I can't quite remember, but nonetheless, it's a very interesting battle where obviously Volcarona shows its power once again. As we all know, this Pokemon is really extremely overpowered, but like, I never really used it, and in this battle I decided to use it, so he definitely put in some good work. So well, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, he's gonna start off with his Politoed, which basically tells me that his team is based around the rain. I first go for the Focus Blast, anticipating a switch into his Ferrothorn, but it seems like he wanted to go for the Protect to scout out what I was gonna do. It turns out he decided to stay in because he saw the Focus Blast and maybe thinks that I'm locked into it for some random reason, but I'm not. I'm Life Orb, and I went for the Thunderbolt, switching up moves, so I become a little bit unpredictable. He stays in, I take him down immediately, so that was an awesome early 6-5. He's gonna bring out his Dragonite, which is basically going to go for the Hurricane, which I did not anticipate, by the way. I thought it was a physical Dragonite, as they all are. But it makes sense because Hurricane gets a 100% accuracy in the rain, so it is pretty devastating. And judging by the amount of damage that this Hurricane actually did, I know it stabbed, and I know Dragonite doesn't have like the worst special attack. It has a pretty decent special attack. It still did a lot of damage, so I'm actually guessing that this Pokemon is locked into Choice Specs. Because even if you look at the damage that it does to Heat Seeker, aka my Heatran, because I decided to switch out, I don't want to sacrifice my Gyarados just yet, because I was actually anticipating a Dragon Dance or something like that, or maybe a Dragon Claw. I don't know. I wasn't really anticipating this thing to be special, but unfortunately, he's continuously going to go for the Hurricane, and he's gonna get the Confusion on my Heat Seeker, which also, well, tends to be pretty annoying. I didn't really realize that I was confused for 2 turns. I wasn't really looking at the screen at the time. I was like, why am I not hitting this guy? What is going on here? Did I actually set up my Stealth Rocks? I did not even notice until the very end. I was like, oh shit, I am actually confused. I hit myself 2 times in my confusion, which is, I gotta say, that's very lucky on his part. And I actually kill myself. Yeah, basically, I did kill myself there because I hit myself in the confusion, and I didn't get to set up my Stealth Rocks, which is a shame because I don't get to break the Dragon Scale ability of Dragonite when it actually comes back in. But it doesn't really matter because, as we all know, like I told you guys, he's pretty much locked into a Hurricane, and I'm actually going to go out into my Mrs. Fatty, go for the Thunder Wave. He switches out into his Rotom Wash form. For some reason he decided to stay in, and the reason for why I actually switched was because it is not a good matchup for him to stay in. He's a special attacker, and I'm the biggest special defense beast in the entire game, so why did he stay in? I have no idea. I was actually anticipating a trick or something like that at this point. I was like, what? Why did he stay in? Did he actually want for a trick? And then I realized that he just clicked Hydro Pump just to see how much damage he can actually get off me. And then I was like, oh my god, that was like so stupid. That was really stupid that I lost my Gyarados just to this guy going for simple moves and thinking in a very straightforward way. But anyways, right now he truly actually sees that his Rotom Watch form is not going to defeat my Mrs. Fatty at this point, so he decided to switch out into his Dragonite. Now this thing is pretty scary, and I decided to stay in because there is a high chance he will try to go for the Hurricane, once again anticipating a switch. But then again, I like kind of over predicted him, and I stayed in, and I went for the Thunder Wave, which obviously is super awesome because I know this thing is actually Choice Specs, and it does a lot of damage each time it actually hits me, even though I'm actually using a Blissey, which is possibly, well, it's not possibly, it is actually the biggest special defense tank in the entire game, and it still takes a lot of damage from it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine, as long as I actually have my Soft Boiled move, and I can actually go for the Seismic Toad each turn, everything will be alright, I guess, because at some point he will have to get paralyzed, because why would he not do that? I mean, I hit myself 2 times in the confusion, why doesn't he get paralyzed? Like, that's very lucky on his part, and it just doesn't happen, At this point I was like, okay, I could possibly just go for the Soft Boiled right now, but then again, I'm not really in the necessary amount of HP where I need to go for the Soft Boiled, because I'm in danger of losing my Blissey. No, it's not really that case. So I'm actually going to go for another seismic dose, and that is actually going to bring down the Dragonite to red health, which is awesome. So at this point I was like, yeah, there is a super high chance that he is actually going to switch out right now, but it doesn't matter what the case is. I really need to go for the soft build because having my Mrs. Fatty around is a very good thing, because considering this guy has a Starmie and a Dragonite, which can basically do a lot of damage. Well, not really the Dragonite anymore because it's paralyzed. It really is not really that kind of a big threat. But I gotta keep in mind that he also has a Rotom Wash form, which is also a special attacker. She's basically, I actually basically, whoa, what am I talking about? I mean, Blissey actually walls 3 of his Pokemons, and I really need to keep this thing around, and he's just switching around all the time. And in the end, I realized what he was doing. He was trying to get his Toxic Croak in without getting paralyzed. So he actually switched out into a paralyzed Pokemon, which is gonna be his Rotom Wash form. So I'm pretty much forced to go for a Seismic Dose, and there he took the opportunity to bring out his Toxic Croak and basically scare me out and go for the substitute on the switch. I go out into my Volcarona, and this might seem like an odd switch, but you will realize what I was actually doing. I was like, you know, I have used Toxicroak in the past, and I know it has the dry skin ability, which in the sun depleted its HP each turn. It's like stealth of residual damage. It's pretty fucked up. But in the rain, it actually recovers your HP, but it also makes you weak to fire, and so it actually neutralizes it a little bit, because of course we are under the rain, and that means my fiery dance is not really going to do that much damage. But considering the fact that Toxicroak is actually way more weaker to fire attacks because of its ability, I'm actually going to go and take this opportunity to go for a Fiery Dance, defeat his substitute, basically go for a Quiver Dance, become faster than his Starmie, because that's the whole idea behind it. Otherwise, I wouldn't really have bothered to go for a Quiver Dance. But, you know, becoming faster than Starmie is really key, because at this point I can basically sweep the rest of his entire team. Because Volcarona has that power. I mean, this thing has the power, and it has the speed too, after a single Quiver Dance. So I'm actually going to go for Fiery Dance, trying to basically defeat his Toxicroak, and it doesn't happen because he decided to switch into Starmie. That thing is actually going to get a little bit of fire going on around it. It's not really going to do that much damage, but then I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz, because that's super effective. He somehow decided to switch out. I don't really get the catch there. I don't really understand why. But his Rotom Wash form actually goes down, and things are looking pretty good, because he's got a Dragonite left, he's got a Toxicroak left, and he basically has a Starmie left, and that's about it. I think he only has like 3 Pokemons left. Oh yeah, and the Ferrothorn too, because that thing hasn't shown up just yet. And well, this Dragonite actually goes down to a Bug Buzz, which is awesome. From that amount of HP, he was definitely going to die nonetheless. He's gonna bring out his Starmie at this point, and that thing is actually going to die to the Bug Buzz as well. So basically, Volcarona is actually doing a good work right here, because it's actually defeating a lot of Pokemons. And my opponent is actually going to bring out the Toxicroak once again, and I'm like, okay, Sucker Punch is possibly going to happen again. So I'm actually going to go for Fiery Dance nonetheless, and I got a really lucky right here, but I actually deserve this kind of luck, because I actually hit myself 2 times in the confusion with that Hurricane Dragonite when it hit my Heat Seeker, aka Heatran, and then like it just did it's just okay for me to get a little bit of luck here. So I'm basically going to go for the Fiery Dance, just trying to defeat this thing as he continuously goes for the Sucker Punch. On the last turn, I actually proceed to go for Quiver Dance, just to piss him off a little bit and make sure that my victory is actually sealed off. And at this point, not even if he gets a critical hit, he will be able to defeat me, because of the burn, his attack is actually halved, I believe. I think that 50% of your attack stats actually goes down when you burn. But then he decided to actually forfeit the game, because it doesn't really seem like he's going to win anyway, after like allowing a Volcarona to set up twice on you with a Quiver Dance. Basically, the thing is possibly unstoppable. Like, what is there to stop this thing, really? I mean, you could use a Heatran, which is, you know, it's actually resistant to fire, because it has the Flame Absorb, or what is it, Flash Fire ability, and it's also Steel type, so Bug Buzz doesn't really hurt it. And it's actually, whoa, it's actually 4 times resistant to it. So now that I think about it, I really have a good counter for it. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. I don't know why I was actually rambling about that, but anyways, guys, comment, rate, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get this video up to 20 plus likes, that would be awesome. At least 10 comments, that would be awesome too. And guys, if you actually want to see a specific tier a battle, just let me know. Leave it down in the comments, and I'll make sure to bring you some of those for your entertainment. And of course, I also have fun making them. So anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Everybody, take care. Have a nice day.